and good morning. A little bit later today, slept in a little bit. I also stayed up a little bit later than I normally would, so that checks out. I overheated so much last night, it's insane. My house just doesn't cool down as, I mean it does though, but it doesn't, I guess. Because last night was pretty cold, but my room was still super hot, which is kind of annoying. But I woke up around my normal 5:45, not normal, but my desired 5:45-ish. And then I was so sweaty. I was like, I need to get up and go outside and cool down for a second because it's about 45 degrees Fahrenheit outside. But I didn't. I fell back asleep. Woke up around 6:21. Shower real quick, and then make my way here. So that's my good morning. Drink some of that Celsius. I don't know if I mentioned this, but when I went to that bodybuilding show with my buddies, they gave me a whole pack because they had a little table where they're giving away the Celsius, and I grabbed 6, and then I was sweet talking the ladies at the table, and I'm like, hey, can I just have as much as I want? They're like, yeah, whatever, we'll just give you a bunch. And so they gave me a whole 12-pack case. So I split that between my brother and I. Cool. I'm super bloated today. Definitely got a poop coming. Hopefully after the workout, or maybe just not too much in the middle. It kind of interrupts. But whatever. I went to the office yesterday. Going to the office again today. And it's terrible. I hate it. But it's better than being at home alone all day. So that's something. And yeah, I don't know. I'm really, really terrified. Nothing feels real. And I think I'm going to be even more scared about what happens after Olympia, because I feel like there's no normal life. You know what I mean? This has been my entire life, give or take, for the past year. And before that, I was just kind of bopping around and all that. I don't know, my life has just been having so much change this year. My girlfriend and I broke up last year around, I don't remember. I think it was the end of November or the beginning of November, something like that. But then after that, I started, changing myself, looking internally and deciding to, go out more and everything. So I was going out every single weekend, and I was really just who I am as a person was in flux. I was changing, going through, just a lot of different things, doing more YouTube stuff. I started the bodybuilding training in the beginning of last December, and then I also was going out more, and then I traveled more, and then meet more people, make new friends, do new things, and now it's okay, now bodybuilding is going to be over, and then I'm doing all this other stuff, and it's messing with my head big time. But anyway, things are pretty good. I'm still, obviously I'm not in the most ideal condition that I want to be, but we're 10 days away from Mr. Olympia, and I am positively scared. I am just really, really scared. Yeah. This weekend, I'll be... It doesn't feel like it's 10 days. That doesn't sound right. But it does... Wait. No, it can't be 10. I don't know how this counting works. I've talked about this before. I think I'm doing the day before or something. So it's on Friday, there's 0 days until Olympia or something. Even though the show is Saturday morning. Because I count days away from the show. So it's 0 days away because it's the next day. But today's Tuesday. And then I have today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 5 days until I'm 1 week away. Man, I don't know. Whatever, it's close. And I don't know. It's tough, but I'm glad I'm going to my friend's wedding this weekend because that'll, keep me busy. I'll be able to really, really be on a good diet while I'm there. I'm kind of giving up on the diet. I'm not going super low. I'm bumping it up. just because it's super, super unsustainable mentally for me. So I just can't really do these low calories anymore. So I'm not. But, oh, yeah. I don't know. I think I'm going to look back and just be so ashamed of myself. I already am. For how I haven't been able to properly diet and show up to the Olympia in my best condition. But I don't know. It's just really hard. Oh, time to really actually start the workout, and then hopefully I can zip through it because. Well, actually, no. I'm going to take my time a little bit more today because yesterday, it's like I don't have any meetings today until 10:30, and I'm going to stay in the office late anyway, probably until like 7 or 8 p.m. Just because my brother doesn't get home until late, and I got really nothing to do at home anyway, so why rush to get home? The office is kind of nice, I guess, like I don't need to be home, you know what I mean? And I don't like to be home alone anyway, because then there's the temptation of food. And so if I get home a little bit later, closer to when my brother will show up, then I won't be alone for as long. And then there's less risk of me like overeating or something. Plus traffic. And I don't know, I really can't think of anything that I need to do. I'm gonna schedule my haircut and all that, and for next week and stuff like that. I can do that at the office. I gotta pay my bills because it's September 30th. So that's what I'm gonna do today for sure. But I can just do that stuff at the office. It's fine. Yeah. Something that I just now somewhat noticed is that I have a vague memory, or the feeling of deja vu, where I'm on this machine, and then like across from me, so behind the camera, is the like track for people to do the push thing, or for people to like do farmer carries and stuff, and then behind me is the adductor machines. Because of the timing of every Tuesday I do back, and every back day I do the same sequence, and I usually get here around 7 a.m. and I feel like the same people are like I just saw the same woman that I feel like I saw her before doing the same like farmer carry walks, and the people behind me, I feel like they were there also, which makes sense in a way. Like if you get into such a routine, and if there's at least 5 out of 50 people here, so 10%, that are also in an exact routine that I am, not the same one, but like a routine, then there's gonna, like when I'm on this machine, the same people are gonna be on their machines. And so every single video that I do on Tuesday at this workout is gonna have the same people in the background. Not really, but I feel like more than once for sure. Yeah, weird. Just kind of like a weird deja vu feeling that I got. 190 on rows. It feels like a lot. I mean, I know I can do it, but it feels like a lot. I have a lot of caffeine in my system, but I do not feel very like energetic. Yesterday, so because I'm kind of bumping up my calories, yesterday I ate quite a bit at night, and now I feel really bloated and kind of sick, just because I've been trying at least to be low calorie. So now that I'm doing higher calorie, I think I might have done too much at once. Like I don't know, my relationship with food needs to get fixed after Olympia, because it's not going to be good. I was talking to my buddy about it yesterday. I won't talk about it here too much, but there's this relationship with food where previously, even though I was a little bit heavier, a lot heavier, I was like 30 pounds heavier, I would only eat. I ate healthy, but I would only eat until I was full, or like partly full, and then I would just not eat again until I was hungry again. But now I have this kind of famine mindset where my body is so used to being starved because I've been doing it for so long that, when I see food, my brain and my body unconsciously, like, this is not an effort that I'm like actually deciding to do, but it's like I need to stuff myself. And I was talking to my buddy about this, who did the bodybuilding show, and he was like, dude, same thing, where it's you're eating and you're full, but then your body is telling you, like, oh, keep eating. Like, you should not stop eating until you physically cannot eat anymore. And that is almost exactly like a famine mindset, where you're so starved that when there is food to eat, you need to stuff yourself because you don't know if you're going to eat again for the next 5 days. At least that's the story that your body tells itself. My body tells myself. And it's terrible. It's a terrible relationship with food. Because, when I would have my relapses, and this happened for months, where, every couple weeks or every week, I would be good, I would be low calorie, and then I would just have one day where I broke down and I would just eat everything in sight. Like, I put tahini on rice. Anything. Just anything. Even if it tasted bad. I needed to eat, and I stuffed myself until I couldn't move. And my buddy was telling, like, he goes further. Like, he would eat until he actually threw up. Like, really, really stuffed himself. And I would go just about to that limit, but I never actually threw up. Oh, but yeah, I mean, it's terrible. It's very unhealthy to do this for so long. And now it's like my whole head is messed up. And, so for 26 weeks I was good, and then I showed up amazing for my first 2 bodybuilding shows. But then after that, I couldn't keep it together. I could not continue to starve myself, and I actually did gain weight. So overall, between my Toronto show and like now, even though I was in a deficit most days, the overall calorie consumption was a surplus because of the days when I did cheat. I ate so much food, probably upwards of definitely minimum 3 and maximum 8,000 calories in like one night, and it was so bad that like my overall calorie was a surplus, and I ended up gaining body fat and weight. And then, just a couple weeks ago, I finally like snapped out of the whole relapsing, but it's too late, and although I look decent, I'm not in my prime condition, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to get there. Maybe ever again. I don't know. And I'm still contemplating doing the Arnold. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Like, I might do it just to do it, I guess. I don't know, because I got the invite. And it would be cool to do it. But, I wouldn't do more than like 10 weeks of prep. But if I can maintain like a good 126, 130 pound body weight and just like maintain that, then I could do a 10-week prep and probably be okay. I don't think I would win. And then, I don't know. But you know what? It's whatever. I don't know. Like, I might just be done with bodybuilding completely after this. It's not my identity. You know what I mean? I almost have that to a fault, where I am so stubborn that I refuse to truly identify with anything. And so then it actually kind of means I lack a community or a true sense of who I am in that sense, because I'm always trying to avoid it, really. Like, I don't want to identify with the wheelchair community exactly, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not really all in, right? Like, I want to, like, I don't act or hold myself in my mind as a wheelchair user, honestly. And then it comes off as that. And a lot of people will kind of like, when I'm hanging out with people, whatever, sometimes, like, if they're helping me get in my car, as in, not helping me get in the car, but they put the wheelchair in the back, in the trunk, even my brother or people will sometimes just forget. They'll just get in the passenger seat, and I just, like, look at them, I'm like, can you please put the wheelchair in the back? And they're like, oh my God, I forgot, because, they just don't have that sense that I need help, or that I am, like, this wheelchair guy, which I like. You know, even my dreams, the wheelchair's not in my dreams. I can walk in my dreams. So, you know, like that's how much I hold my own identity as like a normal person. But yeah, anyway. Oh my god, 8 minutes? Sorry about that. Alright, let's work out.